Hey everybody, welcome to Sweetcast. This is Clint. I want to go over some of the sheer panic, you could even say the death throes that are coming out from comic book professionals right now. I think it's due to a lot of things. We're going to get into some specifics. Before we do though, I'm just going to remind you that Downcast Rise and Fall is live on Indiegogo. We're only 3 backers away from 700 backers. And, a bunch of random people on Twitter reminded me that that's an important number. So if you want to be part of the 700 Club, please check it out in the link in the description below. All right, so I have noticed, and maybe you have noticed, that there's been an increase in panic over the past, especially week. I think it's been increasing, but over the past week, it's been intensifying. And no, I'm not talking about Australians shopping for toilet paper. I'm actually talking about comic book bros. Now, I do think that coronavirus, I've heard if you said that word on a video, you'll get demonetized. But whatever. But I've heard that that's making things more difficult on people. It's stressing people out. I know that my 401k is taking a big hit, and the entire economy is not looking great worldwide. And so because of this kind of stuff, it's really just adding insult to injury. All right, so we're going to go take a look over at Twitter. We're going to take a look at Dan Slott. You probably know him from his work on Spider-Man or Fantastic Four or any number of other comics. I used to be a big fan of some of his Spider-Man stuff. I've enjoyed in the past, but he took, I think, a few things. The impact of how the economy is going and how comic books are going, in addition to the political climate, because you have the Democratic primaries, along with, of course, the coronavirus. People are under a little bit of stress, and so there tends to be some lashing out. I love this. This is Dan Slott's Twitter, and he retweeted. He should pin this, really. But a gentle reminder that Twitter is not the real world. That's right, it's not the real world. Chill out. All right, so Dan Slott, I guess, started off by just posting some political stuff. I'm not sure what the first tweet was that started it all off, but he started posting some political stuff about Trump, about the coronavirus. I gotta say, if you post anything, this should be obvious by now, but if you post literally any opinion on social media, you're going to get pushback. It doesn't matter what it is, unless you've literally blocked anybody else out that could possibly have a different opinion. You're going to hear otherwise. Dan Slott, even though he's already blocked a lot of people out, have been blocked by Dan Slott for a while now, over a year. But I guess he blocked off a new segment of comic book readers because they didn't care for his opinion on Donald Trump. He says here, this administration is not on top of this emergency. They've ignored or contradicted their own experts. People are dying, and Trump went golfing at his resort again and profited off of it. These aren't opinions, they are facts. Who in good faith should or could support this man? And so it kind of gets down to, if you have supported Trump, if you voted for him, or if you just haven't voted for the opposition, then you're an evil person, and he wants nothing to do with you, nor does he want your money to go into the comic books that he's making. All right, so he did hear from fans, and he said, I'm being told by my fans that my political beliefs, and here are his political beliefs. This is how a straw man is built. So people are really upset with him because of his political beliefs, which are children shouldn't be in cages, and that our government shouldn't spread misinformation about its pandemic. So here's the thing. Nobody believes that children should be in cages. Again, a much more complicated topic, not for this channel. But I mean, that's a way oversimplification of what is actually going on. Anyway, I digress. The other thing is spreading misinformation about a pandemic. Nobody wants misinformation spread about a pandemic. My goodness, man. So the question would be, what would you do differently if you were president? But beyond that, he said he's checking his notes. They'll no longer watch any of the movies he makes. I don't know if he had literally one person say to him that they weren't going to watch his movies, and they didn't know, or I don't know. But he's a comic book writer, and I think he understands that people aren't interested in his comic books when he gets so deep into politics in a very public way. All right, here's another response here. He says, was getting a large influx of online trolls responding to a Bounding into Comics hit piece. Here's the thing first. There are trolls out there. Generally speaking, though, trolls aren't actually addressing your points. Trolls are just going to try and make you upset. That's what a troll does, right? They're in there for the fun. What you're talking about is the influx of actual people that probably buy comic books, or a big number of those people buy comic books, who had something to say to your opinion that you posted out on the internet. That is fair game. You're posting on a public forum, people are allowed to respond. I don't know since when that it was, the belief that if you posted something on Twitter, it was just going to be between you and your friends. If you wanted to go that route, you could, move to Facebook instead, or you could have a real conversation and talk to people face to face. Because remember, even at the top of your Twitter, it says, remember that Twitter is not real life. All right, so he continues, I had to run a blockchain on that account. So he blocked everybody that's following Bounding Into Comics. If you feel you are unfairly swept up in the block, have a friend tweet me your Twitter handle and I'll unblock you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Yep. So here's the thing. Just like these people that are losing their minds over toilet paper, just like these people, I'm trying to find a good clip here. Just like these people flipping out over toilet paper, comic book pros are doing the same thing. There's this, and then they're not going to tell you flat out, but there is this definite worry. People are worried about the future of the comic book industry because of the political climate, because of the economy, because of just the disruption of the market. And so they will lash out. A few things I got to say here. If you're a comic book fan, it's all good. You probably know it's all good. You know that things are going to be all right because comics are still going to be produced and you can still buy comics, and people are still going to be forced, probably even more so, forced to compete to make the best comics for your money. Next thing is that if you're a comic book creator, the idea should not be to drive away fans. It should not be to demand that they have your same opinions, that they agree with you 100%. It is to expect that they're going to disagree with you. Because if you're going to be selling comics to the masses, there's most certainly going to be people that disagree with you. Some people that you might hate if you actually knew in person, but you're going to have a great relationship as long as you can stick to your thing and they can stick to their thing. You can make books they can love and enjoy and purchase. And on the other hand, you are going to be able to continue making comics and continuing putting food on your table. And really, isn't that what we're all here for? Anyway, so I gotta get ready for my live stream, which was yesterday. If you're watching this video now, I appreciate everyone listening. Want to know what your thoughts are. And I don't know, let me know what else you expect to see. I do see the mood changing. Things are changing quite a bit. And I expect to see some more nastiness online. It kind of makes me want to check out, frankly, of social media for a little while and probably focus a little bit more on getting my book made, Downcast. So thanks very much, and I will see you next time.